The Shark Race R Pro, a top-of-the-line racing helmet, but will it actually help you win a race? Let's find out. The shell of the Race R Pro is made out of fiberglass. Fiberglass is a strong, lightweight material and very well suited for this kind of helmet. Now, it's just quite not as good as something like a fiberglass carbon fiber mix, sadly, but the Race R Pro Carbon is made out of a fiberglass and carbon fiber mix. So you can see on the shell the naked carbon fiber, and yeah, it's going to be just a little bit lighter and a little bit stronger, which is well suited for a racetrack. Now, the shells of each helmet are going to be coming in two different sizes, and at the rear we also have a double-bladed spoiler for enhanced aerodynamics and stability at speed. Now, ventilation is a strong focus of a racing helmet, and Shark have not let us down. The ventilation is obviously top priority when it comes to the Race R Pro helmets. And if we look here, we have a vent on the chin. It's going to be more of a scoop because it is quite open and it's going to really push air into the helmet. And there's going to be a little covered vent there that's going to direct it directly onto your chin. And then there's going to be on the inside this these vents here, and it's going to direct air onto the visor itself, which is a nice feature. It's going to help to keep you demisted. But this one on the inside, which goes directly to your chin, has a filter, and that's a cool little feature because it is quite an open vent and you can get little bits of dirt or pollen, and so it's going to protect you from that. It will also protect you from bees because being such an open vent, I'm sure that it would be a terrifying experience to hit a bee at 200 kilometers an hour and have it go inside your helmet. Luckily, Shark have thought of everything in that regard. Then if we come here to the brow, we have as well vents up here, two little ones, and that's just going to help you to vent straight into your brow, which is where a lot of people sweat around the hairline, which is quite nice. Good addition there. And then we have here two top scoops. It's going to help to pull air in around the top of the head into the back, and that's controlled here via these little shark fins. And yes, they are shark fins. They are pretty cool. They do look pretty good, but they do have an issue where it's kind of easy to slide your finger off of that, especially when it's gloved. And if you're under like a stressful situation, racing or something like that, and you want to close them or whatever, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but it's not really an end of the world kind of thing. What's cool though with this helmet is that we have a chimney, and I'll show you that on the Race R Pro because you can see it a bit better. And that's this thing here. It's very small. It's basically going to be just like a circular air vent. It's just going to allow air to escape out the top, and yeah, it's going to be aerodynamic. It's got a little splitter kind of thing there. It's a cool little feature. I'm not sure exactly how much it really adds though. Then coming to the front by the chin, we have here an exit vent for hot air. We have one here by the back of the neck as well, and that's the same on the other side of the helmet, 1 and 2. So 4 exit points there, 1 on top, and then we have 2 more at the back with the spoiler, so we have a total of 7. So obviously ventilation is a very strong aspect of this helmet, and it's something that they've really focused upon at Shark. So if we come down to the visor, I do quite like it. It is generally a good visor, but there are a few issues that I do have with it. So first, let's start with the good stuff. It's made of varying thicknesses, so it's going to be good for safety and weight reduction. It's going to be anti-scratch treated on the front, and then on the inside it's going to be anti-fog treated. The biggest downside is the fact that it cannot have a pin lock. It's not pin lock prepared, and this is a very annoying feature, I think. Yeah, as you can see, this is for something else. I'll explain that in a moment, but there's no pin lock preparation. Yeah, there are quite good ventilation vents here, like I said, and there is a breath guard, so that will help, but overall I think that a pin lock lens is just the best overall, so it's a little bit annoying to not see that, if I'm honest. Then if we stay with something that's a little bit annoying, the mechanism is going to be tough to use. Really, it's mainly just to change the visor is going to be annoying, but as a racing helmet, you know, I guess it's been designed to be tough rather than comfortable. So there's give and take there. And the last thing I have to mention is this. The actual clip to open it can be really annoying to open, especially if you have a glove on. You can't dig your finger in and lift it up. So that's something that's kind of disappointing. Yeah, so with a glove it is quite difficult, sadly. And like I mentioned briefly just before, you do have tear-off pins, so that's for when you're racing. You can tear off your different layers, keep your visor nice and fresh. So that is a plus definitely to end with there. So if you go inside the helmet, we're going to get to what is essentially my favorite part. So I'll show you how we take the liner off. Just going to release it. Here we have the neck roll, chin curtain, whatever you want to call it. Going inside even more, we have the cheek pads. Nice and easy to take out. Nice soft material. And everything, as you can see, is completely removable, washable, and it's been antibacterially treated. Even the sleeves here on the double D-ring straps is also going to be removable and washable. And of course we have a double D-ring with a magnetic clip. That's pretty nice. Back to taking everything off. That one came out very easy. That's the headpiece. Yep. So yeah, my favorite part is on the inside here, and you can see those deep channels that go all over the top of the helmet, and it's going to make it look a bit like a shark's gills, in my opinion at least, and I think it's pretty cool. It's also going to be great for ventilation, and if you can get a closer look at this yourself, you'll see that there are plenty of ventilation holes and so on. So the EPS liner is pretty cool in that regard. And even if you look at this here, we've got the shark theme continues. We have like a shark fin on top. So shark went all out on the shark symbolism here, and I think it's pretty cool. Now the interior is going to be suited as well for riders with glasses. That's because it's going to have the Shark Easy Ride, Easy Fit system, and that's great to see. You can make your life easier in that regard for sure. So that's the inside of the helmet. So that's about it for the Race R Pro and the Race R Pro Carbon. Let me grab here the Race R Pro GP. So this is the top of the line Shark Race R Pro, the best of the best, if you want to put it that way. And it's going to be quite similar to the other Race R Pros, but it's going to have a more racing, a more MotoGP focused style, because the rest also have a racing focus. So first of all, the design is going to be an exact replica of Lorenzo's, and there's only 1,500, so it's limited edition, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, so this is going to be the exact helmet that Lorenzo could have worn or will wear, so that's a cool thing if you're a fan of Lorenzo especially. But the material is going to be the same as the Race R Pro Carbon. It's going to be the fiberglass carbon fiber mixture, strong and lightweight of course. Then there's a few differences. The first big difference is going to be the spoiler, big aerodynamic spoiler. This really shows you the MotoGP focus. This is going to be great when you're racing at very high speeds. And yeah, so let me show you how that compares to the other. So here I have the two spoilers, and you can see major differences between them. Double-bladed spoiler, big racing spoiler. But I will warn you, this spoiler is designed to break off under a little bit of force. Not too much is needed. And that's a safety feature, because when you're racing, this can hit the ground or something like that, and it can put your neck into a bad position. And when this breaks off, it's going to prevent you from really damaging your neck. And it's quite necessary. But don't carry it by this, because you'll have a terrible experience. It'll probably fall off, and then you break your helmet by dropping it, and that's going to be not fun at all for anyone. So do not lift or carry it by the spoiler. Coming to the front, another difference we have here is going to be a handle on the visor. Disappointed that that's not on every model, because it's such a small thing, but it actually adds so much quality of life to this helmet. But it's only on the GP, sadly. If we flip it over, we'll come here and you'll notice that the Wind guard is a little bit different. It's a slightly different material. It's going to be a little bit better. Again, more suited for higher speeds. And then we have on the inside here, the double D ring. It's a different color of metal, but it's still going to be double D ring. On the inside as well, we also have a slightly different liner. It looks about the same, but it's just going to be a little bit better over longer distances, a little bit more sweat wicking, and I think a little bit cooler. For the rest though, the liner is quite similar. And yeah, that's about it for the differences. The last difference really doesn't even involve the helmet, but you get a carry bag with the Race R Pro GP. So you can carry your helmet around in a bag. It's cool, but it's not the biggest difference really. So yeah, the Race R Pro GP is just a more race orientated or a high level of racing orientation, because the other two are also obviously race focused. But yeah, same helmet you'll see Lorenzo blasting around the track in. So if you think you can compete with Lorenzo, this is the helmet for you. And when you pick this helmet up from Master Champion Helmets in a bundle, you will get a free visor, and you can also have a communication system like the Shark Tooth, which is made by Shark, or the Cardo Pack Torque Bolt at a huge discount as well. So make sure to check that out, and it's under the bundles. So there you have it, folks. These are the top 3 helmets the Shark offers. These are great full-face racing helmets, and at the end of the day, especially the Race R Pro GP, they are some of the best around. So let's start off with the Race R Pro, the Race R Pro Carbon, and then we have the Race R Pro GP. I highly recommend the GP if you're into high levels of racing or even low levels of racing, because it is the most advanced and the most specialized in that regard. But at the end of the day, it is going to come down to budget, because each helmet will get progressively better as the price progressively rises. So that's nothing unexpected there, and really you do pay for what you get, because the materials and the specifications of the helmet will go up with that. So I hope you enjoyed our review. If you did, then hit the subscribe button, and that way you can stay up to date with everything that we're doing here at Champion Helmets. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm Chris from Champion Helmets, and I'll see you all next time.